Hello, this is Evan here from the Trade Risk on Wednesday, December 22nd. We are intraday right now, and this is our weekly swing trade ideas video where we bring you stocks based on a variety of technical trade setups. In this video, we're going to actually keep things a little more high level going into the end of the year here. Lots of movement in the broad major averages and sectors. So I want to take this week's video to really just kind of update on the pulse of the market, where we are and sort of where we've come from. So a little bit less focused on the trade ideas, individual stocks anyway, specifically. We're not going to go through all of our TC 2000 scans in this video, but we will look at some individual stock leaders as well. So let's jump into it. As a reminder, these videos are sponsored by our partners over at Investors Business Daily. We curate our long ideas throughout this video series using their stock lists, and you get access to those stock lists with a link in the description of this video down below. So let's take a look here at markets. We've got the major indices, which are now bouncing on the week. So actually, let's just go to a weekly view real quick here. You can see what the Russell 2000 looks like. In fact, the Russell 2000 is poised for a potential bullish engulfing week here at the bottom end of this range. So support has held once again in the lower 200s, 210s, 210s in this general zone here. If you've been following our market analysis videos on Fridays, on the weekends, this is an area and spot we've been sort of talking about and mentioning. If we go to the Dow Jones here, you can see again this reversal week that is brewing. You can look at the S&P 500. Excuse me, briefly, traded lower this week down to almost 450 and now is reversing. Same thing with the Qs here, reversing at this area. So we've got this nice Santa Claus rally, which I think lots of people have been looking for, waiting for, asking about, and it seems to be kind of taking shape here. And when we look at some of the sectors that have been leading over the past 5 days, we actually have biotech, which has been not a great spot to be. This has been an underperformer for, this whole second half of this year. Frankly, this whole year, it effectively went nowhere. It looks very similar to the Russell 2000 in a lot of respects. But the IBB here has been bouncing back and is at the top of the 5-day relative strength leader list here. So it's up about 8% from the lows. You could look at healthcare, which is a lot better, broader segment of biotech, excuse me, and more defensive tone to the market. But this here looks, again, just a lot better. This is again, more defensive spot of the market, but this is basically trading at all-time highs here. The structure is much different. This is much, healthier from a price action technical analysis perspective. And then real estate, which we did mention briefly, I believe, in the last video, has been acting a lot better recently. Again, this here is more unfazed by recent market turbulence, trading back up towards these recent highs. And last but not least is energy, just getting this bounce back here over the past 5 days. Still in a interesting scenario, situation, pattern here. It's not my favorite, but it is, certainly reversing from these early week trading levels. So that's some of the things that have been working. We've been talking about breadth, which has been lousy in our market analysis series, and that pretty much continues to be the case. I mean, we're seeing a little bit of a rebound here, of course, as markets rally this week, but generally speaking, I am still looking at this market. I am still a little bit pessimistic here, still looking for, kind of this to just kind of chop around, or volatile markets to kind of stay here. There's going to be sectors that are going to outperform and underperform. I think it's a stock picker's market. These are all comments and thoughts that I've sort of iterated in last Friday's video. So not a whole lot has changed there. I do think that it's just, again, more of a trader's market. I don't necessarily trust the bull or even the sell side for too long. I think you have to be a little tactical in lots of the positioning, or just know the levels you want to own stocks at. Of course, there's lots of different ways to approach it. So that's sort of my view there. I will say on terms of volatility, I'm a little more, the thing that I do like is that the VIX is starting to unwind a bit here. We're back into the teens. We'll see if we can stay here. This is, ultimately a good thing. It's one of the things we've been talking about as well. I like to see this back down, ideally below 1918. We'll see if it can get there. So this is probably the most constructive development, is just some of the volatility, the fear, the vol that you can sort of look at. So that's sort of an update there on the thoughts I have about this market. I think we're coming back into just a lot of these ranges here, and so it's the old buy low, sell high. Think of this as a trading range. That's kind of the way I'm thinking of this right now. Not really looking at too much here. As long as we're trapped, I feel like we could just dance around in this spot between 450 and 475 or so in the SPY, and that seems like a comfortable range that we could be in here for the next couple of weeks. But obviously, I'll let the market sort of shape my opinion as we take things day by day. So let's take a look at a couple of stocks. We're just going to go right down the list here of, this is IBD's lists and our own TR150 watch list, where we track some of the strongest and leadership type quality stocks that of our own. And so this is a watch list combined of both, and I'm just looking at some of the strongest stocks within this watch list. So at the top of the list here, you can see DOGZ. This is a consumer defensive name here, and something I know absolutely nothing about. It's a very small company. This comes from our watch list here. So be careful and, just buyer beware. It's a very, very 150 million market cap, I believe. So cautious on this one, but this clearly is a major performer right now. BHVN, this one also biotech, right? Coming back to life here. Also coming in, filling this gap very strong over the past 5 days. You can see LEGN, another biotech name. You're going to see a bit of a theme here. AEHR, so this is in semiconductors, starting to lift up here, and again, more of a micro cap stock. If we look at ERJ, a little bit bigger, but this is an industrials play here, also rebounding nicely over the past 5-10 days. Got some momentum behind it. TMST, so this is steel, back to basic materials, and you can see again more of a smaller, more of a smaller name in the space. And TGLS, basic materials, once again, really got obliterated here back on the 9th of December, and it's just been sort of rallying since then, trying to fill that gap. And a couple more here. IGD, this is gambling. Excuse me. This is in the cyclical space here. You can see this getting a nice rebound, reversal coming in, trying to get back above these old May highs. And then we got finally SACH. It's a real estate. There are lots of REITs right now that are starting to work higher. Again, this is a very micro cap stock. The leadership list, the TR150 leadership list that we curate weekly, which is available on our website. If you want to learn more, we'll try and link it up here in the top right. But we will pull in lots of even smaller cap, under the radar, under the, not popular names that are just really behaving well from lots of different metrics. And so you're seeing a couple of these leaders here, and that makes sense with some of the IWM, reversal, small cap, fury reversal that we've seen. You're seeing some of these names creep up to the top of the relative strength, relative performance list here. So that's it. Those are some thoughts there on the midweek. I want to wish everyone an early holiday. We will do our market analysis video on, let's see, markets are closed Friday, so probably tomorrow, actually. We'll run through a little bit more details on the market, maybe keep things a little bit short this week, but early happy holidays. And remember, markets are closed Friday. So I think that's it. So that's it for me. Don't forget, if you like these videos, do subscribe to our YouTube channel. It helps you stay up to date with everything we're posting. And you can also check the videos out on our website, thetraderisk.com. You can find the TR150 watch list there as well. So thank you so much. See you tomorrow.